Hi, my name is Michael Aguero, and I made a game called Chutes and Strawberries. This is both the announcement video and the how to play, in which I'm going to show you step by step how this game is played. Chutes and Strawberries is a simple, family-friendly game for 2 or more players, recommended ages 10 and up, and takes about 20 minutes to play. It's perfect for casual gamers or those looking for an opener before heavier, more complicated fare. The game is available right now in a print and play format over at itch.io, link in the description. Few items are needed to play. First, you'll need the custom tokens and dominoes included in the rules, which you can download over at itch.io. In addition to that, you'll need 1 4-sided dice, 1 bag, any bag will do, some scratch paper, and writing utensils. Once you got all of that and a few players, you're ready to get started. Setup is very easy. Just give each player $50. And play money, mind you. We're generous, but we're not that generous. Then place all the dominoes in the bag and give it a light shake. Once the dominoes are thoroughly rattled, pull 3 dominoes at random from the bag. These are placed face up on the table or other surface you happen to be playing on. One of the most important questions in any traditional game is who goes first. In Chutes and Strawberries, it legit does not matter. Just pick someone. If you're still having trouble deciding, have whoever is hosting go first, and then continue in a clockwise fashion. Chutes and Strawberries is split into 5 phases, which constitute 1 round. Each phase happens one after the other, beginning with the first phase, the roll. The active player, that being whose turn it is, rolls the 1d4. The number facing up determines how many dominoes we're going to pull from the bag. But don't pull them now, we have to wait until phase 3 for that exciting development. If a player rolls a 4, all players are given an additional $4 from the bank. The active player then rolls again. If they roll a 4 again, you still pay out the $4. This continues until either they roll a 1, 2, or 3, or the heat death of the universe, whichever happens first. Also, important to remember, this $4 gets paid out to all players, even those who have been knocked out due to spending all their money. On to phase 2, the promise. This is where the bulk of the game happens. After the die is rolled, but before the dominoes are pulled from the bag, all players promise what they are going to purchase. Begin with the active player and pass clockwise around the table. It may help to write these promises down as they are being made. Once locked in, they cannot be changed or altered in any way. They are promises, after all. Promises must be made in the following formats. I will buy nothing. I will buy a number of a single crop, for example, 3 strawberries. I will buy any or a specific number of up to 3 crops, so 2 cabbages, any strawberries, and 1 potato. Or I will buy a given number of any crop, so I might say 2 of any or 4 of any. Players should keep in mind when making these promises their available funds, the promises of other players, how many dominoes are about to come out of the bag, and the dominoes currently on the table. Phase 3, placing of the dominoes. This is the most physically exerting phase, well, I suppose other than shaking the bag. Once the promises are locked in, the active player pulls the required number of dominoes out of the bag, as determined by the rolled die all the way back in phase 1. Remember phase 1? Such fond memories. So if someone rolled a 2 in phase 1, they now pull out 2 dominoes. If they rolled out a 4 in phase 1 and then a 3, they would have paid everyone $4 back in phase 1, and now they pull out 3 dominoes. Pulling the dominoes is easy, but placing them is tricky. All dominoes must be placed, no discarding, and they must be placed according to specific rules. First, dominoes may only be placed against dominoes already on the board. No placing dominoes against new ones drawn this round. Dominoes must touch a like crop to a like crop, or a like number to a like number, or both if you want to be pedantic about it. If it is possible to play a domino legally, meaning in accordance with the rules I just mentioned, a player must do so. If multiple legal options are available, players may choose between them as they see fit. If a domino cannot be placed legally, it gets set on the table off by its lonesome. It can't do anything this round, but next round can be used normally, treated like any other domino. On to phase 4, pricing. Once all the dominoes are placed, they can be priced or scored. Only new dominoes placed legally that round are priced, and you only price the two connecting sides of the dominoes. The price of each crop is then determined using the handy crop table located at the back of the rules. The price of each crop varies according to the total number of that crop priced across all dominoes priced that round. In example 1, we can see that 3 strawberries were priced, in addition to 3 lemons and 2 cabbages. Consulting the crop table, we can see strawberries have a price of $3 when there are 3 of them. Lemons are $5 each, no matter how many there are, and cabbages are $1 across the board. We only count the 2 cabbages that are priced. Notice we leave out this one beneath the lemons as it isn't included in pricing. Let's try another example, as this can be a bit confusing. In example 2, we can see again 3 strawberries were priced along with 4 blueberries and 1 cabbage. By consulting the crop table, we can see strawberries are still $3 because there are 3 of them, and cabbages are always $1. Blueberries have been priced at $4 because there are 4 of them, and they get more expensive the more there are. Also, notice that we scored 4 blueberries across 2 dominoes. Remember, we're looking for the total across all priced dominoes. Before we get on to the final phase, let's take a minute to discuss tactics. Let's say back in phase 2, player 1 decided they would buy any strawberries, while player 2 promises to buy 2 of any crop. It's the active player who decides where the dominoes go. So if it's player 1's turn, they have a choice. They could place the domino here, scoring 3 strawberries and 3 blueberries, leading to a cost of 3 for each crop. Now, player 1 only promised to buy strawberries, so they don't really care how much the other crops cost. But player 2 does. 3 blueberries for $3 is a lot nicer deal than 3 lemons at $5 a piece. If player 1 were feeling combative, they could instead place the domino here, still buying their strawberries at $3, but forcing the other player to buy a handful of lemons. In this game, your promises matter as much as the money in your wallet. Phase 5, time to pay up. In this phase, each player has to put their money where their mouth is, paying for the crops they promised to buy in phase 2 according to the prices set in the previous phase. So if we bring back our handy example from before, player 1 promised to buy 3 strawberries, which have since been priced at $3. They pay a total of $9 and walk away with 3 strawberries. Player 2, on the other hand, they're paying a whopping $16. 2 strawberries are only $6, but the 2 lemons are a massive $10. Having promised to buy 2 of any crop, they're going home with 2 strawberries and 2 lemons for a much steeper price. So what happens when you run out of money? Some players might be making promises their checks can't clear, preventing them from buying all the crops they promised. In these instances, the player may choose how best to spend their final dollars in accordance to the promises made. Any remaining funds are then remanded to the bank, and the player is effectively out of the game until final scoring or someone rolls a 4. If we bring back player 2 from our earlier example, they are on the hook for $16. But let's say they only have 15 in their wallet. They can choose to buy either the 2 strawberries and a lemon or 2 lemons and a strawberry. It's up to them so long as they can make the math work. Any dollars left over are then taken to the bank. You never track negatives no matter how much someone promises to buy. Losing their remaining money is punishment enough. Okay, so now we know how to play, but how does this game end? How do we get off Mr. Bones' wild ride? The game continues until one of 3 conditions are reached. Any one player has a score totaling 50 or more points at the end of a round. All other players, meaning all players but one, are out of money at the end of the round. Or 7 rounds have concluded. Once any of these have triggered, we move on to final scoring. Players earn 1 point for every crop they have, regardless of type. Players do not earn points for leftover money. Players also earn a bonus 5 points if they have the most of a given crop or the most leftover money at the end of the final round. Players can receive more than 1 bonus, for example, if they have the most of 2 different kinds of crop. In the event of a tie between 2 players, no one gets the bonus. Once all the scores and bonuses are tallied, the player with the highest score wins. Ties between 2 or more players are decided by who had the most money left over at the end of the final round. If players still manage to tie, they both win. And that's it. That's the game. 5 simple phases, a little betting, the placing of a few dominoes, and you too can have fun buying strawberries with your friends. The game is available right now over on itch.io as a print and play. So head on over there and pick up a copy. Give it a shot, tell your friends, and as always, I'm Michael Aguero, and I'll see you in the next video.